excited for you guys to join us to talk about Pay at Close. I have Austin Lane and Max Cool here from Notable. And Austin's the CEO. Max, you're head of partnerships. I met Max at NAR this fall and absolutely fell in love with Notable and all that they can do for home stagers. We've been working on this partnership for ever since November, really. So it's been a long time coming. So we're so excited to finally tell you guys about it. But I want to hand it over to Austin. Oh, first, I just want to say a couple things about Staging Studio. You may not know too much about Staging Studio. We are a training provider for home stagers. We help home stagers start and scale their home staging businesses. We also have our own staging company here in San Antonio and Austin, Texas. And so that means that everything that we teach you guys, every resource, is because we are actually actively using it ourselves. So we have already used Notable. We've had great customer success with it. And so I'm just so excited for you guys to be able to use this program yourself. So Austin, I'm gonna let you take it away.
Thank you so much, Andres. It's so great to be here. It's great to meet all these Staging Studio members. You have an incredible program there. Yes, we're here to tell you about Notable, which offers pay at close for home stagers and how we can help you grow your business. I'm going to run through a couple slides. I'll also do a demo and just walk you through the experience. Should take about 15, 20 minutes, and then we can open it up for some questions at the end.
That's great.
So we're incredibly proud of the work that we've done over the past couple of years. We've helped over 30,000 homeowners sell their homes faster and for more by offering pay at close. It's an incredible help to them during a really stressful time. So by offering this yourselves, you're actually really helping homeowners during a difficult, experience of selling and buying a home. If you haven't heard of us yet, you may have heard of some of the programs that we actually run in partnership with brokerages. Compass and Redfin's concierge programs, the agency Reframe, over 75 other programs with top brokerages.
Okay, and I have to just jump in here and say, this is one of the reasons why I selected Notable to partner with, is because it's not a new company. They've been around. They are really well established. They pioneered this whole pay at close category. And I mean, there's so many reasons why I chose them, but I'm gonna keep popping in and saying, isn't this great? But one of the big reasons is because of who they are and how big their network is. So tell us about all of the other stagers that you've already helped, and also why that matters to us.
Yes, so that's all of that work has allowed us to build a massive network around pay at close that puts together agents with service providers and stagers and contractors, et cetera. We have over 150,000 agents in the network that continues to grow every day. And as Andres mentioned, we've already worked with 5,000 stagers, paying out over $150 million. But a key point about this network is that by providing the pay at close option to your clients, you actually automatically get included in this network. So not only are you getting the benefit of converting more clients, but you can actually get referral business driven to you. These 150,000 agents are looking for stagers like you. And so that's a real benefit of partnering with us.
And he's going to show you what this means. It's a whole amazing marketplace. But it's great. Okay, keep going.
Okay, lots of benefits for pay at close. The first one, of course, is very obvious, which is there's no upfront cost to your clients. that's still the number one reason that people elect not to stage. Of course, you don't want to use your own capital to do this. We know that a lot of people or a lot of stagers will choose to do that. Andres has a great line I like, which is stagers should not be bankers, especially when companies like ours live in that world, and are able to offer that to you as a really easy to use solution.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know, and you can put it in the chat, if any of y'all have tried to offer pay at close yourself, where you are shouldering that risk. We've been around 18 years ourselves. We've thought about it, we've tried it. And what ultimately, and a lot of our students have done it too. What we found is that, I mean, small businesses fail at a really high rate, right? I mean, that's just the truth of it. And the reason that they usually fail is not because they can't get clients, it's because of a cash flow issue. And so when home stagers are offering this themselves, when they're trying to float other, um, float their clients, then it can create a massive cash flow problem where you don't then have the money to scale your business because you're focused on, you're having to lay out the costs from all of your clients. So we've always preached, get paid up front. That's been our big motto, is always, always, always get paid. We want to get paid before it goes on our calendar. We don't want to be chasing payments or anything like that. So this opportunity affords you the ability to get paid before it goes on your calendar. You got the contract and payment, but also you're not, the client isn't out that cash. So I'm a steadfast believer that home stagers are great at design, but maybe we shouldn't get into the banking business. We're going to leave that to the finance guys like Austin and Max.
I hate that we're finance guys, but we'll take it in this context.
I didn't say bros. I kept myself from saying bros.
I could tell you were thinking that though.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, you'll get paid up front, just like cash, credit card, and then we'll handle the payment out of the closing with the client. And of course, we help you convert more clients by offering this, but we also give you a great marketing tool that you can take to your agents so that they can present staging, with more confidence to their clients.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the product. So Notable is really powerful, but really simple. We offer up to $50,000 and it's structured as a line of credit. So that means for your client that they can use as much or as little of that as they want. But for you, it also means that you can set up multiple disbursements. So if you have like an initial staging and then a renewal on a monthly basis, et cetera, that's all a structure that you can build in so that it just automatically, charges the client along the way. Just a 90-second application. I'll show you that in just a moment. There's no impact to the credit score, both from applying for it and also during the normal term of the loan. That allows your clients to apply to a mortgage at the same time with confidence that it's not going to have an impact. There's a full year to repay. And then our main credit criteria is simply that they have a 680 FICO and above, and we're actually lowering that down to 640 next month. Finally, it's nationwide. We're available in every major market. There's just 2 states we don't operate in yet. That's Nevada and Mississippi. We'll be adding those in the next couple months. So as Andres said, it's really low cost to you and your clients. You pay just a 1.5% ACH fee on funds dispersed to you, and your client pays just about 1% per month. And considering how short many of these stagings are, because these stagings are helping your homes or these homes sell faster, the client ends up paying a really low amount in total as well. The final thing I'll say is we are all in a referral business. Real estate, our company, staging, is a referral business. So it's very important to our company that we maintain an incredibly high customer satisfaction. We've done that throughout our history. And so that's something that we, make as a promise to ourselves and to you in order to give your clients the best possible experience. Okay, I'll jump over to a demo so you can see this in practice, and we'll wrap this up. So hang on, let me move some windows here. So I'll start in the dashboard that you would see as a stager. We have a company in here, Custom Staging. You'll see your clients as they apply. You'll get notifications for status updates, etc. We also provide a whole resource center dedicated to stagers that's got one-pagers, marketing materials, social ads, etc. You also will have a dedicated rep assigned, and you can text, email, call that rep at any time to answer questions, especially if you're going into a pitch and you just want to brush up on how to present it, etc. And then everybody gets a custom link for their company. You can email that link out. You can text it out. You can also embed it into proposals. Andres loves Honeybook. She embeds it directly into a proposal there as an alternative to paying for credit card. And we have quick tutorials on how to do that as well. So I will switch over to what the client sees.
Before we move on from that, I just want to say that we've actually given the language to put, all you have to do is copy and paste it directly into your proposal. So we've made it really, really easy. And then also Staging Studio has created some marketing templates for you to use. So you can start shouting in social media that you are now using PayClose. So this is such a great differentiator for you in your business. It's not just like a tool. Yes, I do offer it because your clients are going to ask you if you offer it. It's something that I hope that you use to really market your business. It's a big differentiator for you. So, and all of that is going to be inside your dashboard. So
Correct. So for the client, the application starts with the phone number. We actually have no username or password. All they do is enter a 4-digit code that we text to them, and that's how they can log in at any point going forward. It's just 10 questions. So first couple of questions are about the listing. What's the listing address? What's the list price? Are they working with a real estate agent? They actually don't have to be working with one yet. They can apply just to find out what they qualify for in advance. But in order to receive final approval, they do need to be working with a real estate agent. Next is just basic credit information. What's their name, date of birth, last 4 of social, and their home address, which is usually the listing address. And then we'll actually go out and pull all the mortgages that they have on file, and they can just select the ones that apply to them in order to determine the debt on the property. We base our underwriting primarily on the equity in the property, and we go up to 80% of the property's value. So as long as they have something below 80%, they will qualify for notable. And that's it. That's the whole application. So then they'll see what they qualify for, and they'll see their rate. And like I said, it's just 1% per month. That's our average rate. So this is not something that's only available to the best qualified customers. This is something that a typical customer of yours would see. Sign their loan agreement right in line and accept.
super simple.
Super simple. It
You've
really
been
is.
talking and I still think it was less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It truly is 90 seconds. We've timed it. Okay, so now they have instant access to these funds. They can start dispersing them to you, etc. They'll see a payment request from you that you've added. And like I said, that can be structured as multiple payments over time. So if it's an initial payment, that will come out right away. And then they won't have that next month drawn until that time occurs. But of course, if you destage before then it will never draw. So they can go ahead and approve that. One other thing, we have some language that you can include in your contract that Andres is adding now that allows you to actually skip that step, and it basically authorizes them to draw up upon approval. The other thing that I want to point out to you, which is actually a huge benefit for your clients, is that, this is a line of credit. It's up to $50,000. Most stagings aren't costing $50,000. So they can use that additional credit for all the other things that they're doing on the home. Some of those services you might provide yourself. So painting, cleaning, we know that some of you folks do that, but they're also allowed to go and use it, on other vendors that they need, moving, storage, et cetera. So in, marketing this to your clients, like Andres was saying, you're not just providing them a benefit for the work they're doing with you, but for the entire process of getting their home ready for sale. That's really tangible and really powerful, and will lead, of course, to more referrals, et cetera. Okay, I have one last thing to show you, which is the marketplace.
This is the most exciting part of the whole thing too.
To switch over to what an agent would see, we're going to use the Redfin Concierge program. Redfin agents are some of the most productive agents in the country. They do like 26 transactions per year, which is crazy. They are constantly looking for more partners to work with. And so they'll have access to this. They'll see what's in their actual market that they can work with and be able to get in touch with you and drive more business your way. Yeah, like Andres said, we're so excited about this, and we really think that it can help grow your business.
Yeah, this is so exciting. Not only is it an incredible differentiator for you, but you're also going to be in front of so many other clients that may not have heard about you. So this is just another marketing tool. At Staging Studio, we have a referral network ourselves, and we know that it's really been beneficial for stagers to be a part of it. And I think this is going to be another really robust referral system that it's going to be awesome for stagers. So
100%.
Austin, I might jump in and talk a little bit as we talk about this slide about like what the stager can expect like when they sign up. So like what's gonna happen. So I'm Max. I run partnerships for Notable. We've got some exclusive benefits for Staging Studio members that we're sort of talking about here, which is free white label upgrade if you sign up today. By default, we customize the link for you as a stager, but we can also kind of put your own brand embedded into the marketing materials as well as the client funnel. Typically that costs $500. But if you sign up today, we can get you in with like the white label upgrade for free. Andres is also putting together a like specific marketing package that you can use to help you like support you with your clients. What happens for us, like if you're a stager and you want to sign up, you'll go through this QR code. We have a really simple self-serve link that we send you. You fill out your company info, add your banking info so we can initiate a direct deposit, and then you schedule some time on our calendar. I work with a wonderful woman named Brittany who helps onboard and then manage the relationships with the stagers as well. So we'll set up an onboarding call to help support you. We take support really seriously on our side. We're like a very agent friendly company. Sort of our background is to support, real estate agents and to support the industry. And we know that it's not like a nameless interface that you want whether you're working directly with a consumer via an agent or on the sort of staging side. And so we take the support part very seriously. And so you'll have a dedicated contact on our end to help talk you through how to present to clients, how to work on embedding the option into your proposals and your contracts, and also to generate feedback. So what we like to do is try to schedule regular check-ins with our stager partners so that we can talk through, hey, what's working? What am I hearing from clients? Are there other materials that I need? We've built that structure. It already exists for our brokerage partners, and we also have a structure there set up for stagers. So when you go through this link to sign up, we will reach out, give you a self-serve link to create your own vendor portal for yourself. You'll schedule some time to talk with us on a call. We'll talk you through everything so you know what it looks like, as well as share all of your links like for clients to apply, for marketing resources, for your own dashboard. And then we'll schedule some time to, to reconnect to make sure everything is working well for you. Honestly, the first thing that I'm hearing from stagers once we get them signed up is that they're like immediately going out to their network, right? They're going out to engage and to share the options that they have now with the with the partnership and with the program. So it's a point of re-engagement for their existing referral business from their agents, as well as a re-engagement on the on the client side, also. So we want to help make sure that you know what to say, how to say it. We don't want you guys to be APR experts or anything like that. We can handle all of those kinds of questions. We just want you to be able to have a great resource and then some like actual human support to help walk you through really leveraging this product to grow your business.
Yeah, I've got a couple questions I can jump in on.
Perfect. Okay.
So from Jennifer, how far in advance of a listing can they be approved? So they can basically go and do that pre-qualification step until they actually like sign their agreement and commit. They can just do the pre-qualification, find out what they qualify for. It lasts for 30 days and then it needs to be refreshed, but they can just reapply. And as you saw, it's very short. So
I'll put one clarification point, Austin, because this comes up a lot. It's very common for agents to sign a listing agreement but not put the property on the market and either create an addendum that allows them to extend that time period. That varies a little bit depending on region, but like they need to have a listing agreement, but they don't need to be listed on the market to be able to get access to the funds. So the
Yeah.
most common use case there is that they will create an addendum to like extend that listing date out so they have more time to do the prep work and get everything staged.
Yeah, by definition, the things that you're doing may take more than a month. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Another question was for for funds being used outside of staging, what are the limitations? We have a really broad, mandate there, which is just that it's used for preparing the home for sale. So if that's reducing the friction or stress for the client, including if they're going and staying like in an Airbnb while the home is being shown or worked on, we really strive to let anything that helps the home, have a better outcome or have the homeowner have a better outcome. The big ones are really just that they can't pay down other debts with it, which makes sense, of course. You don't want to pay debt with other debt. And then, getting into kind of weird legal situations where the house may or may not ever be able to be sold, et cetera.
Okay, that's huge. So they can't use it to go out to dinner, but they can pay for landscaping. They can pay, I did that when I sold my own home in Rhode Island a few years ago. We stayed in a hotel that first weekend so that we could stay out.
Yeah, that's a really big one. That's
That's
one of
super
our.
smart. Yeah, I love that.
There are, just to be absolutely clear, there are no monthly payments. All of the cost just accrues and is due at the closing. So the client basically pays nothing until the closing. And then Max, you answered one that I think is worth mentioning also, which is that 1.5% only applies to the funds that are dispersed to you. If they're doing any other work, that does not apply, of course, to you.
Yeah, the one other question about a turnaround time, about 24-hour turnaround time for like the disbursement to go into you once once that client has updated that. And then we basically pay you upfront and then we get reimbursed back, like essentially not reimbursed, but we get our payment directly out of the proceeds so that the funds are all going directly to you, and then we get all our repayment back directly out of the actual home close itself. We, as Austin showed, work with the agent. So we're partners with the agent in the process. So we collaborate with the agent to get the closing date. We send them a final payoff statement, as well as that to the client, and then we'll send that to title, if they need as well. One of the reasons that we do that is we have some agents that will like want to subsidize the cost themselves, either in full or in part. And what they do is they write that into the closing disclosure as a line item there, because we're giving them all of the information on exactly what that what those different sort of costs would be. The agent can cover the cost if they want. They just do that simply right out of the closing disclosure itself.
I just want to know, are you guys as excited about this as I am?
How are the funds dispersed to the homeowner? So they're dispersed to you directly. They don't go to the homeowner in between. They go directly into your bank account. One of the steps of sign up is just to add your bank account in so that we can process an ACH into it.
Right, we're having people already say they signed up and it was super easy while we were talking, so that's awesome.
Also gonna drop in the chat here if you obviously we're super excited. We'll probably get like a lot of inbound stuff. Brittany's email address I'll drop in the chat is just staging@notablefi.com. If you've signed up and you have questions, you're eager, you want to schedule some time, please just email her staging@notablefi.com and I'll drop that in the chat as well.
Okay, I think we have answered all of the questions. Is there any, if you have any last questions before we end, go ahead and drop them in. Somebody, MB is saying, I'm a real estate agent and a stager. Do I sign up as a stager? Yes, you could sign up as a stager.
So one other quick question, we do staging, but we also do like home repair, like handyman services. So can they do both of those payments to us directly, even though this is like a staging side that we're talking about right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not uncommon for like stagers to also do other parts of that work. And so yeah, all of that can go under, and that can be done in increments, that can be done all at once, kind of depends on whatever the contract and agreement is that you have with the client, we'll follow that.
Yeah, so if you're a general contractor, obviously you can do that. But because there are general contracting rules, Notable is not going to force you to be the one to receive the payment and then pay the vendor. They will pay the vendor directly. Otherwise, you'll have GC issues. Is it difficult for their agent to get looped in?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what happens when someone puts their agent in is we immediately text and email the agent, and we basically introduce ourselves and say this, this person's working with Notable to get funds to prepare their home for sale. We just want to confirm, do you know Max? Are you working with him on this listing, etc. And so they can just confirm. It's like a one-click confirmation. And like I said, that is a requirement to get final approval, but they can go through the pre-qualification step prior to that.
Yeah. Okay. Holly says, this is incredible. Thank you, Staging Studio, for laying the groundwork and not gatekeeping. Looking forward to rolling this out for our clients. Yes, it was tempting to gatekeep, honestly. We did initially roll it out for our coaching program members, and we just realized that it's just too good. We had to share it with the whole industry. Yes. All right. Everybody has a way to contact Notable directly. Of course, my team here at Staging Studio is here for you for all things, but specifically for Notable, go ahead and contact them directly. Tell them that you were on this webinar, and I am just so excited. We can't wait to hear all of your feedback. I didn't even tell you our first project with Notable. This house had been on the market for like 116 days. They didn't stage it. The couple was totally out of cash because it had been on the market for so long. They'd had $9,000 in price reductions. Finally got an agent that convinced them they needed staging, but they didn't have any money for staging. So we were able to offer this program to them, the household, in 16 days for full asking price. And I just, it's such a game changer for us as a home staging company, for the industry, and also for the clients that can finally afford to pay you what you're asking. You're not going to have to, oh, that's not in the budget, so you drop the price for them because they are out of cash. It's just such a beautiful thing. So thank you guys. I am so excited about this, and we will be using it all very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.